The only reason I want to sing this song is that I haven't heard anyone else sing it. It's a McCall song, it's called The Hill of Campile. 20 miles over hill to the back of Godspeed, Mars Whitty once went for a beautiful wife. And as I was his friend, I put saddle on steed, and I set out to guard him from danger and strife. You're welcome, my boy, said Phelim, her father. Welcome, said mother, beginning to smile. And for hours there was nothing but blarney and blather beyond their house on the hill of Campile. In the evening the neighbours all came in a throng, but soon their fair daughters had heads out of curl. For some of the boys who were foolish and young imagined the walk would be good for a girl. Come out for a stroll, said Nicky to Noreen. Molly, said Mick, we'll sit on the stile. So 8 loving couples went down the green boreen that climbed to the house on the hill of Campile. I was new then at courting, soft, artless and young, and always and ever too bashful and shy, till a black-bearded man with a twist in his tongue whipped Nan and her fortune and left me to sigh. Ah, Nan, had I sense for to do my endeavour, you'd now be seated here with me in style. Though mountainy men are all crafty and clever, I'd steal the best jewel they have in Campile. Now 'tis oft that I think of that faraway place, of the grand hauling home of Matt's beautiful bride, of the boys for her garter out having the race, and the sweet little slip that sat by my side. Sure, maybe 'twas better to love her and lose her. Here there are plenty of girls to beguile. There's one above all, I cannot but choose her. God help any rivals I meet from Campile.
One evening in last harvest, I was standing by the gate, just like you now, and thinking when I'd have to change my state. But what comes putting past the road with many a jolt and jar, but a little piebald pony and an inside car. One look I gave the pony and one look I gave the wheels, then glancing up my heart began to dancing jigs and reels. For there before my own 2 eyes 3 little girls from Scar were out driving round the country in that inside car. Now the eldest girl was steering, and right handsome was her face. Beside her sat her sister, and she smoothed down the lace. But hid behind a colleen oak, just like the morning star, peeped o'er the yellow sideboard of her inside car. But bad shoes to that same pony, I was asking for a rose, when he backed the car all full of girls out straight across me toes. But who could think of pain or ache and look at Molly Marr, and she talking so consoling from her inside car. Now I'd crack a crooked sixpence for the driver's pleasant face, or I'd split a golden guinea for her sister with the lace. I'd rob the bank in Wexford or the silver mines at Scar, just to drive the roads of Wexford in her inside car. Sinead?
Anyway,
anyway, I'll sing this song. It's called Jack the Cockle. If I can go along with it. And if I've time, then I have another one, herself and myself.
No time.
Not time in it? No time. Did you meet Jack the... No, I'll tell you a little story about this particular one. It's about Jack the Cockle. But it's mostly about fairies more than Jack the Cockle. And lovely little fairies lay on his shoulder. But there are a few areas around it, Killag and Ronan and Skeeter Rock and things like that. Did you meet Jack the Cockle on the road to Killag? He handles no kipping, he carries no bag, with fist on shillelagh and pockets for pack. Girls dear, should you meet him, hurry back. He takes kisses or pence, Jack the Cockle, and the girls have no pence, Cockle, oh. Sure, this bold boy is loved by the maids of the Shee. They perch on his shoulders, they climb on his knee. They line the brown bushes, they rise on the air. They're in crowds on the crosses everywhere. Holding markets of love, Jack the Cockle, will you bid, will you buy, Cockle, oh? Maeve at Kilquan, they winded their horn, and he joined them a-hunting through fields of green corn. The fire rock of Skeeter, they jumped just that day, when behold the gay party just vanished away. You prayed when you sneezed, Jack the Cockle, and spent the dawn, Cockle, oh. Now, next page. He was last heard at night by the mill of Ronan, and talking grand language like lords to a queen, with eh ma'am and nay ma'am and ma'am if you please. He's in close conversation with the Queen on his knees. It was honey's your kiss, Jack the Cockle, you're the pulse of me heart, Cockle, oh. So the brown roads of Barley have eased from his toes. Through the bean fields of Barley no longer he goes. And the sweet fairy legions have quitted the scene, since the night Jack the Cockle was kissed by a queen. You're his majesty now, Jack the Cockle, long life to the kiss, Cockle, oh. That's Jack the Cockle.
The haggard stands are emptied and the shades we've carried in, to the corner of the barn, to the thatches piled within. Young Matt and Pat right opposite, their flails hung in the air, for there's money due and prices true, we're holding pretty fair. With a whack for Pat and a smack from Matt, the flails like birdlings fly. With a whack for Matt and a smack from Matt, the birdlings quickly fly. A pound of barley they're sure to get in Wexford by and by, for there's ne'er a man in Barley better barley can supply.
Last year the rainy weather put our noses out of joint. The wind kept every morning blowing from the rainy point. The hay was bad, the corn bedad was nothing else but straw. We'll make up for that or no for what, when this the town we draw.
With a whack for Pat and a smack for Matt, the flails like birdlings fly. With a whack for Matt and a smack for Matt, the birdlings quickly fly. A pound of barley you're sure to get in Wexford by and by, for there's ne'er a man in Barley better barley can supply. Thank God the sun so constant shone all through the harvest days, and the pretty digging keeping dry we mixed them at our rails. The big gold champions split their sides with laughing in the pot. I'll come well to wait till noon, me boys, and we'll have them pretty hot. With a whack for Matt and a smack for Matt, the flames like birdlings fly. With a whack for Matt and a smack for Matt, the boltings quickly fly. A pound of barley we're sure to get in Wexford by and by, for there's ne'er a man in Barley better barley can supply.
We wouldn't give a tranny, only mother died last shroft. She loved her two big garsoons with affection kind and soft. She said, when dying Martin Pat, let nothing ever part ye two, and God be with you with the blessing of me heart.
When I smack for Pat,
And
a
a
whack for Pat, the flames like birdlings fly. When I whack for Pat and a smack for Pat, the bones quickly fly. A pound of barley you're sure to get in Wexford by and by, for there's ne'er a man in Barley better barley can supply. I wish there's someone coming with the noise I cannot hear. Sure, there's only poor old Nell to say that dinner time is here. Hang up your flails and I'll go bail, we'll cherish and enjoy a pound of bacon wrapped in greens and a tatty pat me boy. With a whack for Pat
And a smack from Matt,
the flails like birdlings fly. With a whack for Matt and a smack for Matt, the bones quickly fly. A pound of barley you're sure to get in Wexford by and by, for there's ne'er a man in Barley better barley can supply. Woo!
I think I know the next one, so I won't read it. There's a place, McCredden's up in Wicklow, up near Auckland. And I sang this song somewhere at a Leinster Council meeting or something, and a fella came up to me, he said, you know, I live in McCredden. So it was beyond the McCredden at Owen Doyle's wedding. The boys got a pair of the South for a reel. Says I, boys, excuses, says they don't refuse us. Sure, I play nice and easy, says Larry O'Neill. So off we went, skipping it up and down, tripping it, myself and herself at the back of the door. Till Nellie, God bless her, fell into the dresser, and I stumbled over the child on the floor. Says myself to herself, you're as young as the rest of them. And I said to herself, sure, I'll never grow old. And she said to myself, you're as quick as the rest of them. Trot, says I to herself, sure, I'll never grow old. Sure, it was down that lane going, I felt me heart growing, as young as I was 45 years ago. Sure, it was there in that boring I first kissed me story, a sweet little woman with skin white as snow. And I looked at me woman, a song she was humming, as old as the hills, and I gave her a po. Sure, it was like old days courting, half serious, half sporting, when Molly was young and when hopes were in vogue. And she said to myself, you can court with the best of them. And I said to herself, sure, I'm better than gold. And she said to herself, you're as good as the rest of them. And I said to herself, sure, we'll never grow old.
When I was a young lad, I bought a milk organ in Waterford City in 1952 for 10 pence. Sorry, 6 pence. It was a plastic milk organ. And myself and another chap learned how to play it. And before we left Waterford that day, I remember when it was a rainy day, I went to the fair Waterford with my father. And before we left, I was able to play Chase Me Charlie. on the motor organ. And I left the motor organ then because I graduated, I became a teenager, I became a man. And some years ago, one of the Murphy brothers, I had told him this story, and he threw me a motor organ. He says, so maybe you'll start again. So about 2 years ago, I started again to play the motor organ. The lads behind me here now wouldn't agree that I can play it, but what's the song with Mickey Moulder? What's the start of that? I have it yet. do before I go, because back in 1981, this ballad competition, which brought in 80 new songs, new ballads. Ballad was poetry and stuff like that. But I haven't recited this since then, which is many years ago, Phil? 30 years. I wrote a little verse about McCall at the time, which goes like this. It's called McCall in Reverie, remembering. I can see you now, McCall, mustachioed and merry, tripping down the Redmoor Road, relishing wild berries, tinkering with time and rhyme, turning subtle phrases, teasing out the sequences and schemes of battle places. I can see you now, McCall, on Cullbank's Hill of Moody, where smugglers ran with wine and rum and bartered goose and booty. When twilight bid in Ballytaig, home your cob with canter or cobbled cull, your notebook full of life and lighter banter. I can feel you now, McCall, tugging at my heartstrings, tingling my deepest thoughts as sharp as any dart stings. Your shadows stalk my evening walk, where lately I have wandered back to 99. Your prime, what time and thoughts I've squandered. I can see you now, McCall, 58 and ailing, sitting in your sudden home, your twilight hours fast failing, surrounded by your volumes that fanned our freedom's frame. Proud I recall your songs, McCall, and I wish I bore your name.
At Moulder as the sun was setting o'er the bright meadows of said the heather blazing and brought the neighbors from far and near. And Father Murphy from old Kilcormac turned off the rocks with a warring cry. Arm, arm, pray, for I've come to lead you for Ireland's freedom. We'll fight or die. He led us on against the coming soldiers and the cowardly yeomen he put to flight. Was after Harrow the boys of Wexford showed Bogey's regiment how men could fight. Look out for hirelings, King George of England, search every kingdom where reads the same. For Father Lee from the county Wexford sweeps o'er the land like a
what's the song that Mickey Moulder? What's the song of that? I have, yes.